I'd be happy saying we worship the same God as the Muslims. Can I share why? I don't know how disgusted you are with me at this point.
I'm not disgusted, but
yeah. Well, first of all, it would seem that the Catechism indicates as much.
Mm-hmm.
But here would be my reasoning, and I'm open to changing my mind on this. It would actually be more convenient for me if I did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is God? Well, what if I say, well, God created the universe. He's not the universe. He's something independent of the universe which created the universe. If the Muslim believes this, yes? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I believe in that God too.
Okay.
I just think that the Muslim believes perversions about God and falsities about God that the Christian doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because, so what's wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah. I sometimes, again, I really am open, and I don't want to lead anyone astray here but it just seems to me that I think sometimes the Christian wishes to distance himself from the Muslim, and rightly so. And they think, well, the way to do that is to say, well, the Muslims are worshipping something else. And
Okay, let me think about this.
let me say one more thing, and then I'll have you refute me,
Okay.
if you wish. Here's the analogy I use. Suppose an atheist picks up a book on natural philosophy or natural theology, and they don't believe in the existence of God. And then they find this book, and it has, let's say William Lane Craig's 5 Proofs of the Existence of God, the Kalam argument, and so on. And they get through it. And they've got a few more chapters to go on the historicity of Christ and the resurrection and the truth. So they're about to get there, but they haven't yet.
Mm-hmm.
But after they've read those first 4 arguments that just make the case for basic theism, they shut their book and go, I believe. I think if we're willing to say that that person believes in God, even though they have not yet accepted Christ or the Trinity, we would say, well, they have a perverted view of God, perhaps, or an insufficient view of God. But we'd be probably willing to go, that's awesome that you believe in God. I believe in God too. We're talking about the same thing, the creator and sustainer of the universe. We just haven't fleshed that out to a full-blown Christian theism. So what's wrong with my view, do you think?
What are the limits?
The limit of what? What do you mean?
Of what God is. Like
Well, there are no
a
limits.
Mormon will say that they believe in God, but I don't think they believe in the same God that we do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because that God's created.
Let me try to think that through. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that would be right now, thinking this through and being willing to change my mind, it would seem to me that I have more in common with the Muslim than the Mormon. Because the Mormon believes that God was once a man and was in fact created and is one among many gods. That we are obligated to worship this one God, they would say, and yet he was once a man like we are who possessed a godhood. Mm-hmm. Just if I isolate that claim and I look at the claim of the Muslim who says that God is eternal and all-powerful and created the world and is separate from the world, just those 2 isolated claims, I have more in common with the Muslim than the Mormon.
I think we have more in common with the Muslim.
Yeah.
I do. But we have to understand why Islam was created. Islam was created to basically denounce Christianity. The whole Quran talks about why Christians are wrong about Jesus.
Yep.
And it throws some shade to the Jews as well, because why not?
Because you believe that Jews worship the same God as Christians. It's just they have an insufficient view of God, don't you?
That's a very interesting question. And I'll say the jury's out.
Yeah, I appreciate the epistemic humility.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that would be my position until I'm proven otherwise.
I'm more acceptable to it now than I was before.
Like I would go as far as to say that Islam, I'm very open to it being demonically inspired, and even a sort of demonic mind virus on the earth. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but I think I can say that and also say that the sincere Muslim, right, has mistaken and perverted views about God and our blessed Lord Jesus Christ. But I can accept that he believes in God if he tells me that.
Are you talking about Islam or the Muslim? Because I do think Muslims in general believe in the same God.
Yeah.
I don't think Islam is the same God.
Ah, okay.
I think the origins of Islam are from quote unquote a different God.
I see.
I think I 100%.
And by different, you mean like a demonic spirit?
A fallen angel, demonic spirit.
Yeah. I'd be open to that.
I think it's a mixture of humans and demonic spirits. Whereas for like Mormonism, I think it's just humans.
That's why it's always been fascinating to me that the woke leftists are like weird bedfellows with the Muslims. Mm-hmm. Hasn't that always struck you as odd? Like these LGBT people or people who think they're animals are like all about the poor innocent Muslim while denouncing the Christian.
We used to use it like when I say Muslims, well, not anymore. Like we'd use it as like a weapon almost. Like we kind of knew what to do. Like we'd just be like, we're brown, we're the minority. Hey, the Christians, they colonized us. Don't you remember the French when they took over Lebanon? What about the Crusades? Yeah. Like we just say these like little like words, and it works. And Muslim imams, they know what they're doing, and they know how to get. The whole goal is to take over no matter what. Remember, so if we can use the left to take over the entire Western Hemisphere, so be it. It's actually ingenious.
There's this real hatred of Western civilization that you see in, I think, both Islam and the left.
Which is ironic because, at least in the Middle East, everyone's like, we hate America, while they watch their videos from their iPhone and then talk about how, like, they love watching, like, Kanye West saying, I don't know, like, just random, like, everything about the West they want, but not the actual West. And it's very interesting how that works, how you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have the goodness of Western society without the Western society.
I've been talking a lot lately about my friends at the College of St. Joseph the Worker. You know, Jacob Imam, Mike Sullivan, Andrew Jones and company. The guys who started the college that combines the Catholic intellectual tradition with skilled trades training. Well, listen to this. They're growing their program and are looking to connect with experienced Catholic tradesmen to hire as instructors. So if you are an experienced carpenter, plumber, HVAC technician, or electrician and want to help mentor and teach future Catholic tradesmen, go right now to collegeofstjoseph.com/careers to connect with the college and see how you can become part of something truly special. And if you're watching or listening and know a tradesman who needs to hear this message, please invite them to reach out to the college. Again, that's collegeofstjoseph.com/careers. collegeofstjoseph.com/careers. Thanks. Would you do me a favor and click the subscribe button? I don't know if you know this, but it's 100% free, and it's one of the best ways to support the work that we're doing here at Pints with Aquinas. Help spread these excellent interviews all over YouTube, and I think you'd agree, there's a lot of junk on YouTube. We need more good conversations like this.